All right, what's up, though, YouTube? It's your boy TKK here, man, and we're going to actually wrap up this DSP versus TKK, or TKK versus DSP, however you want to pronounce the title of this series. We're going to wrap this up. Today's video 5. It is February the 18th when you're getting this, and I want to just give you my thoughts. And today's going to be more or less of a story time, just kind of like video 1 and 2 was. I'd encourage you to go back, watch all of these. I do plan on doing more videos like this, but yeah, so a BDSP set was 10-2. We in video 4 last week we reviewed majority of the matches, and so essentially it was really just all about me breaking them down. And when you go back and you listen to the commentary on the brother's side, you know, it was very interesting. Now, you know, this set happened 10 years ago, and as I said in video 1 of this series, you know, that was the reason I was doing this little walk down memory lane, was just to talk about something that was pretty iconic for the YouTube Street Fighter community at that time. You didn't have such a big following of people. You pretty much had Phil, and then you had a lot of other guys that were doing some things. And so I just wanted to get into the mix. You know, as I said also in video 1, you know, I seen Phil as that opportunity, and when that opportunity came, I just capitalized on it. I just wanted to I wanted to change the direction of things, just because, you know, myself, like many other people at the time, and I don't know about now, but at the time felt that Phil was toxic in regards to his representation of how you should approach playing games. He lacked a lot of humility. He lacked humility. That's what it seemed like. I'm not sure how much of that was character he put on camera, but I can tell you, being a YouTube personality, netting 6,000 subscribers 10 years ago on my older channel, I can tell you that the actions that a lot of people at that time exhibited were who they were, and it's ultimately why I made the decision to end my career at that time, or the pursuing of a career on YouTube at that time. And it was because, you know, I just felt like I was giving too much in myself, you know what I'm saying, in broadcasting that. And yeah, so again, you know, I just wanted to change that. I knew that, you know, once I had that platform, I would get people to listen to something different, you know what I'm saying? And it was so easy for me to walk away from YouTube because I didn't honestly care about the popularity. Like, that wasn't even a thing for me. You know, I just wanted to kind of sway the direction away from where it was. And so I'd like to cover some of the other events that took place after the DSP versus TKK, you know, because it led to a lot of other great things, and then some unfortunate things that were going on in the community. But you know, one of the interesting things that we used to do back then was we do like the My Thoughts. And so I kind of want to talk about that, because the TKK versus DSP My Thoughts video was one of my most popular videos. I mean, that video ran up to 10,000 views quick. I mean, in a matter of like just a couple of months, you know, it was at 10,000 plus videos. And anybody that can remember that, honestly, that was, and I'm ashamed to say now, but you know, that was me. You know what I'm saying? That was who I was, how I talked, how I acted. That was who I was, at least when I felt like I was being, you know, violated, or an attempt to violate me. And I kind of felt that way, you know. I felt like he was doing a lot of backpedaling, just because he wasn't giving up. He wasn't giving up the respects, you know what I'm saying, to what he was facing, you know what I'm saying. He just, you know, he wasn't really showing his people that. And then later in my career, you know what I'm saying, I ended up losing to Geom, and so I kind of felt like I was a hypocrite in that regards because, you know, you have to be humble in both victory and defeat, you know. But the thing with Phil he just wasn't a great player. Like, he just wasn't a great player, you know, like he was an okay average at best player. And anybody can learn how to play the game of Street Fighter, you know. It's just he didn't have access to tap into the humility piece is what he really needed. He just needed to really sit down and just understand that there was just a lot about playing Street Fighter that he didn't understand, you know. So I'm going to reference his continuing or his consistent rant while we were doing a set about like jump back fears. There was several opportunities for me to catch him with jump back fears because he played the game trying to do a lot of crossovers, a lot of cross-ups. So instead of him jumping in the air, anticipating that I was going to jump in the air to attack me, you know, his game was very, very basic. You know, it was cross me over and just try to either go for a tick or just go for a simplistic bread and butter, you know. And just listening to him just become violently frustrated with the jump back fears. You know, he just couldn't understand like why this is hitting him, why this is working. Even at one point I heard him saying that it doesn't work in local play. Like, I mean, if you got two characters, I'm this character, you're this character. You jump over with the intention to try to cross me up, I go back, right, to hit you. I mean, because I see that's what you're doing. If I let you land or at least descend, you're going to cross me over, which means I have to block in the opposite direction. I have to accept your block strings and guess the 50-50 on if you're going to tick throw, mash out a super, and anticipating me being ready for the tick throw or anything. Instead, I jump back. I want to keep my range and my position. I'm here, you're here, you jump to go over me. I jump back so that I can continue to keep us grounded right here. That's what it was. We simply went from right here to right here, and I kept my position. And it was interesting to me just listening to that brother go on and on and on about that, man. So, yeah, but with the My Thoughts video that I had, man, it's one of the many reasons why I ended my run on YouTube, just because I had so much negative content that was out there. And like when I think about things like today, I have a 4-year-old junior, and right now my son, I can hear him in the other room on his tablet. He's on YouTube. You know, we got the settings modified so there's certain things he can see, but he's on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And so even at the time, I had a son who was 7 at the time, 7, 8 at the time we were doing this set. This kid is 18 years old now. You know what I mean? And so for me to have that kind of content out there, that plus many other instances where I allow myself to react or to even take the initiative to act towards someone in a way on camera that would display a level of ignorance, I just wasn't cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I've always been about my business. I wasn't making any money. I wasn't netting any money off YouTube. So I made the decision to get rid of my situation there just because, you know, I looked at it and I was just like, man, look, you know, this is a rabbit hole I've already started going down, and I just felt like I needed to make a fresh start. So I also was having some issues with my current relationship. As I explained in the first video, I had an ex-wife. We got back together, you know what I'm saying? Gave the situation another run. We had another child, a daughter, and so that situation just wasn't as organic as we thought, you know, because I got nothing bad to say about her, but it wasn't as real as we thought it was. And so that collapsed. Things at the current job I had at the time wasn't working out. You know what I'm saying? I kind of like to play in the streets a little bit, so I like to get my money a little faster than I was getting it. And so I just had some real shit, you know what I'm saying, that I was dealing with. You know, I had one foot in the streets, the other foot in, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know, do things the right way. And then, you know, this YouTube thing was really just a hobby. It was just an escape, you know what I'm saying? It was like I had got back into a relationship, and it was just my thing. It was just it was something for me to do, to just like kind of just like to release, you know what I'm saying? And so it just ended up being a burden, you know what I mean? And as I said, it was a burden without any residual funds. Now, granted, had I been more business savvy, I would have networked my YouTube in a different direction. I would have held on to those 2 million channel views I had, and the hundreds of videos that I posted, and the thousands of subscribers. I would have held on to that, and maybe today I would have had a much bigger platform. But immediately when I deleted that channel, I got this channel, which this channel has been up for about 8 years. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I was just like, you know what? F it. I'm going to just go ahead and make me an All About TKK channel. And, you know, it was just something that I could just put up anytime I want to. So that's why, you know, my content these days is more like in and out, you know. And I've had people that have asked me that. And, yeah, so that's kind of that, man. But, yeah, I really appreciate you guys giving me an opportunity, the people that have been watching my content, the people that have subscribed. I mean, I've run into local people I've made relationships with that have subscribed to my channel. And I just want to keep things positive, keep things respectful. You know what I'm saying? I want to go forward in life, and that's what I've been doing. I'm in a happy place in my life. The DSP set was like one of the biggest things that could happen for me, because I needed YouTube at that time. I really did. I needed that community. I needed to be a part of that community. And honestly, as much stuff as people want to say about Phil, about his personal life, you know what I'm saying, he gave me an opportunity. I tried to play Dayasha, which Dayasha's my homie. That's my guy. Like, I got his number, you know what I'm saying. He actually relocated to Florida from the East Coast after I did. And so, but I couldn't get a set with Dayasha. There was a lot of dudes, you know what I'm saying, they didn't want to play with me, because, you know, they were looking for that set with Phil, because they wanted that popularity. Me, I was just looking at it like, yo, I just want to make sure that, you know, the community is in the right place and whatnot. And so I'm going to wrap this set up, man. I appreciate you guys letting me, you know, take these 5 videos to talk. My channel is going to be super consistent since January. I think I've put out, this might be my 12th or 13th video. I'm getting around 100 to 150 views. I'm just taking it slow, just building. So if you guys want to support, if you want me to continue to make content, drop in the comment section what you want to see. If y'all want to see me go back down memory lane on some other sets, some build-ups, I got it all in my mind. I got an amazing memory. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this content rolling. Every week I'm going to be putting some new stuff out. But that's all I got, man. I hope you guys take it easy. I hope y'all enjoyed this set. Like I said, if you are just tuning into this video, make sure you go watch the other 4 parts of this series. Peace and God bless.